Today on the channel, from the G.I. Joe Classified series, Ground Control to Major Bludd.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got an all-timer. We got the return of Major Bludd. But for all your Major Bludd needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. But in a plot twist, Walmart.com of all places had Major Bludd in stock along with Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes as well, and shipping right out. And that's exactly what I did. And of course, always great to get a figure from Walmart online that comes right away. It's up, it orders, it's here. So that's where I got mine from. Your mileage may vary, but of course, Jay's will have them sooner rather than later. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Major Bludd, there's a lot to talk about. One of the field commanders of the Cobra team. Of course, we know Major Bludd all the way back from the early episodes of G.I. Joe to today. Always felt like, obviously, a leader of the Cobra Army. A lot of the times down on the ground, leading from the front line like a young Flint. Todd McFarlane, very similar. Maybe you could make the case that he's the true leader of Cobra. I don't know if you go that far. But one of our absolute favorite Australians. Shout out to everybody from Australia. However, this one I'm a little bit conflicted on, as this may be the weakest release. Hear me out. Don't throw the tomatoes yet. This may be one of the weakest recent releases from the G.I. Joe Classified line because we got Major Bludd many moons ago. Now, it's probably been 3-4 years, so definitely there is meat on the Major Bludd bone. I think a lot of us that don't have it or didn't have it are definitely going to want this. I totally understand it. You're preaching to the choir right here. And previously, Major Bludd was a Cobra Island Target exclusive, so we all remember the heyday of Cobra Island. It was a lot of trouble, as we do remember. But I'll never forget when I was out hot on that Major Bludd hunt, and it was very hard to find out there. And I found one, and I felt really good about myself. I did the unboxing on the channel. And then my dad came to me. He said, man, I really like the idea of that Major Bludd challenge. So I decided to go on a walk, and I went to my local Target store, walked in there, and there was 5 of them on the shelf right then and there. First try. And I said, that's Dad's toy hunting. That's what that is. And my dad showing me up immediately as I'm crisscrossing towns just trying to find one Major Bludd. He just happens to walk over to one and finds it just chilling on the peg. Still sitting in his collection to this day. Now, a lot of people missed out on that, so I do understand the need for Major Bludd. However, I gotta think, and you guys tell me if you agree or not, I would have rather seen Major Bludd in the G.I. Joe Retro collection. We've got Duke, we've got Flint, we've got Beachhead, CoverGirl, etc., etc. I think it would have been cool to get an OG classic Major Bludd in that instead of basically a repaint of the last one here. Now, that one would have been a repaint as well, but it would have been more cartoon accurate is what that would have been. Where this one diving into a new way with a little extra color, a little extra pizzazz, dare I say. We'll see. So I would have preferred this to be the retro line and not taking up a classified spot. However, beggars can't be choosers. We got a new Major Bludd, and let's dive into it right now. So there it is, old Major Bludd, looking extra major right there. Of course, all kinds of loadout with him. Looks to be all the same stuff we got before, but we'll dive into it here in a second. Number 166 in the classified line. Can't believe we're that high already. On the side, a QR code that nobody will ever scan. We know how that goes as well. On the bottom, Jibber and the Jabber. And then, of course, Major Bludd doing Major Bludd things in the background. All kinds of fun stuff going on. Showing off his eye patch. Did we ever find out how he got that eye patch? Oh, one of the greatest eye patches of all time. Got the snake armor marching around in the back room. Or the back room in the back of him. We should see that in the future. See you later. Goodbye. We should see that in the near future. Could be one of the next classified ones we unbox here on the channel. Major Bludd, Skyhook, up over the top. Goodbye, see you later. And Major Bludd looking extra major in the plastic prison. Gonna knock all of this stuff out. There's a lot going on with this Major Bludd, just like the Cobra Island version. And you guys know we're gonna do comparisons later on in this video. We got to do it. We gotta compare them here. And there's a lot of stuff I liked with that Major Bludd, and also a few things I didn't like, and we're going to see some of those hallmarks of what I didn't like once again, and what I liked once again there. We got some tape on the missiles. Bam, there it goes. See you later, Shuffle. Goodbye. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to the accessories. No extra heads, no extra hands, anything like that with him. He does got some dog tags of the fallen Joes. Oh, these Joes, hard times. He's got 3, 6, 7 confirmed kills right here. He's got Sneak Peek, Psych Out, Windmill, Skid Mark, some of the hallmarks of the guys that would always die right off the bat with me. I would always, when I played with my Joes as a kid, tell me if you did this as well. You'd always start your battle. I'd set up my battle, my vehicles, my bases, set up the guys, and okay, it's time to fight. And it would always start off the same way for me. It would be all the Joes I hate, the ones I just read off, and of course Duke was in there a lot of the times as well, and I'm getting to get to that. But you'd have Windmill, you'd have Sneak Peek, you'd have Skid Mark, you'd have Psych Out. Some of the lesser Joes, let's be honest, lesser Joes, they would be out there and they'd always have like one big name with them. Maybe it was Roadblock. Most of the time it was Duke, but they'd be leading the charge, leading the mission. They'd be out there. And then a Major Bludd would come along with a bunch of Cobra Vipers or whatever and would just slaughter all those guys, kill all of them. And then it would be a different round every time. It would be like Psych Out was shot a bunch of times, but he would somehow get back to Joe headquarters and say, oh, Major Bludd and Cobra, they slaughtered everybody. They killed him. They killed Duke. They chopped Duke's head off and used it as a bowling ball, whatever. Duke led us into this. It was all Duke's fault. You know the thing, how it goes by now. Duke got us all killed. We got the whole team killed. But they would relay that message to, of course, one Flint at headquarters. And then Flint would be like, we're not going to stand for this. You know, we lost Duke. That's okay. That was no loss there. But we needed Skid Mark and Windmill. Those were great guys on the team. And he would lead another team. And it was usually Tiger Force would start it off. They'd get their revenge. And that would really start the battle. And then you'd have all kinds of separate pockets battling off. And it would take days sometimes to finish these wars in my basement. It was a wild time. You had to be there. You had to be there. But dog tags aplenty. Stolen from the Joes, of course. Long way to get there once again. Now we do got 2 weapons here. This is more of what I think of with Major Bludd as far as the blaster, like the laser blaster. We saw this before as well. Got a spot for an effect piece on the end, looking very good. And then he's got a big old Dirty Harry type gun, a big old revolver right here. He's just gonna blast Duke away, I guess, with something like this. And of course, Duke would fall to something like this. Major Bludd would easily make, that's his light work. That's his light work is what that is right there. But we do got that. Now, the thing I absolutely hate about this Major Bludd, and it carries on to this one, is the backpack. Of course, an iconic backpack with these rockets, these missiles on the back of the backpack. The thing I hate about it is these missiles do not want to stay for anything. They fall out all the time. I'm absolutely shocked I haven't lost them from the Cobra Island version. I can't believe they're still in my possession, that the carpet monster hasn't eaten them alive by now. But they're so hard to get to stay in there. I mean, you get them in, but you just absolutely just basically touch it and it will fall out if you're not careful. So you got to be extra careful with these. You don't want to lose these missiles, as you can imagine. But I wish they were just glued in there. And obviously, yes, I could get a dab of super glue and do it myself, but I don't want to. It feels like you're not supposed to do that, so I don't do that, even though I should. But we do got that Major Bludd iconic backpack there. But now the dream calls for Bludd like a young death angel with Major Bludd. Now, Major Bludd does got his hat here, his helmet. Very cool that it is removable. Very iconic for Major Bludd. You always think of him wearing his helmet. I don't think of him taking it off, but for the classified line, he's taking it off here. And that's not the only thing he's taken off. Oh, Todd, I don't know how you know that, but he is apparently. But he's got a very cool hairdo right here. Mohawk, I guess we'd call it. And he's got a little silver in that hair as well. He's got a face of a guy that's been through a thing or two. Scars all over the place. Of course, the classic eye patch with a twist now. He's got kind of a red, almost like a laser. I could see him shooting lasers out of there or something. Like a young Cyclops, but only halfway there, of course. Got the mustache there looking good. Got a gravelly mouth there. Even some dirt and stuff going on. He's showing off those teeth. Of course, shout out to the Australian dental system out there. 2 ears on him. Thankfully, he didn't lose any of those ears, but he's a guy that's seen a thing or two on the battlefield, as you do know, and we do know, of course. Got the vest up over the top there. Black and red attack. That's the big thing, is the red highlight differences on this guy. He's got some of that red in there. Very robotic. Of course, obviously the robot-like arm there. I remember as a kid, I wonder how he lost that arm. Wonder how he got that eye patch. I remember those were always big questions I had about Major Bludd once upon a time. But you got the red highlights there. Of course, gripping hand on his robot hand over here. I wonder if he went to the same robot Luke Skywalker went to once upon a time. Could be, could be. You got the sash around the waist here, the belt buckle, of course, silver belt buckle. You got a holster on the side looking very good. Other arm is a little bit more regular human type in the arm. Got a little insignia right there on the side. And then you got a forearm guard, of course, black gloved hand with the, of course, trigger hand going on right there. Looking very, very nice. Got some brown pants there. Got the holster on the side down to the black boots. Even his boots are scuffed. This is a guy that lives for the battlefield. This is a guy that lives for the battle out there. Looking very good. Looking very dinged and dirty as he would, of course. Now, his arms do go all the way around for us. He does got a double jointed elbow, pinless on the robot arm, pinless on the other side. So I do appreciate the updated articulation on this figures. You know me, I'm a sucker for the pinless joints. So I am happy to see that difference over the last one as well. You got the ab crunch plus the traditional waist. Big old Major Bludd splits if you need them. Got those drop down hips if you need it. Thigh cut. Double jointed, pinless knees once again, boot cut, ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. Our usual G.I. Joe Classified Series articulation. Gonna put that helmet on. Looks good. It is Major Bludd with a little bit of a twist. I got no issues with Major Bludd, a favorite character of mine. I would have just rather seen a more retro style one on the retro card personally, but I know a lot of people needed Major Bludd in their collection, so I think they're happy just to get one either way without having to pay $60, $70 for the former version right here. And of course, got the pins in the elbows on this one. A little bit of differences. Different on the head, of course. Different colors. The red really pops on this new one. But a lot of similarities, as you can imagine. A lot of the same stuff going on here. Pinless joints being a big difference as well. Is what it is. Did you need a Major Bludd? I can see some people like my dad, perfect. He's going to say, I got Major Bludd. I don't need a second Major Bludd in my collection. He'd be good with this one. Probably a lot of you guys and gals out there, a lot of gals, fans of Major Bludd, who knew, out there probably thinking the same thing. But for you and me, yeah, I'm talking to you. We're completists. We're all in on this Joe line. We got to have both of these. So I know how that goes as well. But let me know how it goes for you. Let me know your thoughts on this Major Bludd in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give every video a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Just give it the old thumbs up. Even if you don't like it, thumbs it up. You know how it goes. SirPaul64 over there on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com is, of course, my email. Check that out if you want to email me something. And, of course, that is also the name of my podcast. Each and every Tuesday, it is The Kyle Peterson Show, wherever podcasts are found, video cast on YouTube. And for even more content, bonus content, and your best way to support the channels, the podcast, and all points in between, usually my wife's coffee habit, you can check out Patreon, and you can check out YouTube channel memberships as well. So for Major Bludd, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?